welcome to another edition of the Two Dudes Podcast. Too bad y'all never know what goes on behind the scenes because Kevin just blew my mind with some dumb shit.
I blew the nigga's hair off. It was so crazy.
Yeah, look at that. It's smooth too. Took
He
it
did a
all
good
off.
job. What did you use?
Oh, for my hair?
Yeah, I mean,
Clippers.
it was smoother than usual.
I use clippers.
Okay, all right. Didn't know age was catching up and it was dropping faster. But
Nah,
it looked
nah.
smoother than
I'm
usual.
like my daddy. I got a full head. It's all gray up there. So,
Yeah, so might as well just.
yeah. Gray down here, distinguished. Gray up here, old. So we keep that cut off. But for the
I live
heat,
like this. Gray here, gray there. You just like a chalk outline.
yeah, I just use clippers up here. I had used razor a couple times, but nigga don't want to bump up, so
You should get that one thing they run the commercial where the dudes be like holding it with their hand and doing all like that with it.
man, that shit don't really work for us. We have
And the
thick,
commercial
coarse
makes you
hair,
look amazing.
and when you have gray hair, it's even coarser. It does not work for us. If you ow, ow, I ain't trying to pluck hair. I'm trying to cut hair. So
Okay.
But so check it out. Got about 15 different topics here today.
Okay, and before we even get into them motherfuckers, I'm back. Been gone, but I'm back. Soccer's
Yeah.
finally
Welcome back.
damn near about over. You motherfuckers didn't tell me how much a responsibility it was to have a kid to play a sport in high school. She's only a damn freshman. I feel like she need a damn paycheck. All these damn games she done played. She's easily played damn near 30 games in what, about 2.5 months?
Yeah.
Although I will say though, I thank the Lord, we didn't do too much schedule changing during all this going on. Just the last 2 weeks, games on Monday, Tuesday, then Thursday, and it just wasn't nothing I could do about it. But I'm back. I'm gonna address a couple things before we get started.
Before you address that stuff,
Uh-huh.
I'm of two minds on the subject because she's a freshman. Part of me
Yeah.
wants to say, you got a ways to go, but part of me has to say, damn, I ain't even scratched the surface yet because I'm above you and behind you. Because
Yeah.
Charles will be a senior next year,
I mean, but
but
think about
Darren will
also,
only be a
so
sixth grader.
yeah, so she freshman, she'll be a sophomore next year. Her sister's the 8th grader. So just when I get to where I'm wiping that off on me, I gotta do it all over again with her sister coming right behind.
Yeah.
So like next Thursday, I get to go to a award ceremony, which is kind of dope. But then I've been informed that by her being a freshman, it's gonna be all about the upperclassmen. So I get to sit back and listen to a whole bunch of nothing.
Pretty much.
Nothing at all. So here's where your kids are on your side. Since pandemic and everything, they're allowed 2 people to come. Me and her mom, we get along. We like this, for the most part. We like that. Then we had those days where we're like that. Knowing my luck, next Thursday will be like this. So I was like, hey, Kaylee, don't you want to go with your mom to celebrate your sister in soccer? Y'all have fun and tell me how it was. What does Kaylee say? Nah, I'm good. I'll pass. I said, you don't want to go? Nah, I don't need to go to that. You and mommy go ahead and have fun. I'm like, son of a bitch. So I will be there next week. It will be dope. I will shed a tear if she gets a letter. I don't see why she wouldn't, but if she gets a varsity letter, I will shed a tear. I will be a big ass baby. Considering how first grade I was her coach, clear up until 6th, 7th, and then 2 other coaches now high school, that's saying a lot for someone who didn't know what soccer was till we took her to the field. That is very impressive in my book. Now, going from that, I just want to say you can kiss my ass. Nelson Shields can kiss my ass also. I'm going to address a couple comments you assholes made. Especially, I'm going to start with your punk ass first. I don't understand why the Chiefs would draft a tight end. You get it for depth, you ass. And we have no backup to Travis. Y'all got an all-star tight end. Who's your backup? Y'all need to get old boy cryptocurrency.
Whoa. No. We had a backup last year. We have a backup this year. Last year was Jason Witten. You know that. And this year it's God, what is his name?
Was Jason Witten really there?
Did we really need him?
He just got a free check off his motherfuckers. But so we didn't. Our backup went somewhere else. Then the other one we wasn't bringing back because he didn't do shit. And you can't pass up a 6'4", 250 pound tight end that's probably the third best one in the draft. You can't pass that up. So if Travis get hurt, hey, we good. It ain't gonna be no struggle. So they did what they needed to do. They realized they needed to upgrade the backup position versus just letting it be. And then the question us getting the lineman, we needed one. We've revamped our offensive line from last season to this season. Did you see the damn Colts have turned into the Kansas City Chiefs of the East? Eric Fisher, $9.4 million? Really? Tom Lee, how much? No, not Tom, but bad knees. Y'all had him for 3 seasons at like $4 million a season. It's like former players are going. That's McCluster went there. So I guess all the former players, we just need to tell them go that way. They will sign you. I don't know why they just trying to just invade on us, but that's a nice form of flattery. Let me see. What else did you ignorant fuckers say? Well, Nelson was just ignorant for everything the Eagles are going to do anything. I respect you. Your squad's probably going to do something. They're going to have the best club in all of Vegas and what they're doing.
Yeah, but, we'll get to that later.
The Eagles are going to fly as high as a rat butt ass pigeon in New York. They're not. Tyson going to be out there calling them. That's how good they're going to be. Yeah, so I can't wait till Shields is back on here so I can give him his issue. Y'all just cold. We ain't hearing y'all just cold. And for the record, they have us pegged to win it. They have us pegged to go. They have us playing Buffalo again and beating Buffalo handedly, and then reminding Tampa that if it wasn't for Eric Fisher being hurt, we would have beat them. So I can only say what's reported.
Okay, so this year, apparently, there's no Eric Fisher. So do you think y'all better now?
Oh, yeah, the line is redone nice. What's crazy, the line might be better now than what it was when we won the Super Bowl.
On paper.
Yeah, like everything's on paper. But
on paper, we should have won the Super Bowl 6 years in a row. I mean, on paper. Paper don't mean nothing.
You shouldn't have. You should at least went to the playoffs. The
on,
way
on
it
paper,
looks,
on paper, y'all were supposed to be a dynasty. That didn't work out.
See, that I knew he was going to say that. Dynasties aren't. The Spurs have changed what a dynasty is. New England has changed what a dynasty is. If we get 4 rings in 10 years, we're considered a dynasty. How stupid is that? We can literally get a ring every 2-3 years.
We don't even have to worry about that. You won't. I'm just going to say.
But you get what I'm saying.
I get what you're saying.
The word dynasty, sadly, has no meaning. The only one that's been considered a dynasty ever is the Celtics back in the 70s, the Bulls in the 90s, and the Lakers in the 80s.
Showtime Lakers, yeah. Showtime Lakers.
Yeah. And that's it. And I did not realize Magic went to, what they say, 13 finals in 15 seasons or some shit like that. Just Magic's number for the finals is something ridiculous I didn't realize. To where it made me respect Magic that much more. That's why I put on your Facebook post where Magic is.
I had to have Jordan laugh at him, though.
All right, so we can get to the show. I just had to get that off my chest, you dirty crumb snatching bastards.
All right, kids, more sports coming later. First things first, let's go to entertainment. Actor Donald Glover, he says that he is now bored filming TV shows and movies. And he says it's because they're bored now because people are afraid of getting canceled.
Man, Donald, go sit your ass down. Donald Glover is basically one of these to the left thinkers. And honestly, I just think he's run out of shit to think about. He don't know what he's doing. He's looking lost because like his show was just a success. It was big. It was huge.
Talking about Atlanta?
Yeah. And then, he had the war show getting the big ass best TV show award. And what does he say? Why is it the Migos Bad and Bougie being played everywhere? What? Then we now know everybody loves the Migos all of a sudden. So he's made so much that he did this is America. He's done so much. I guarantee you he's afraid to come out of his house because he can't touch what he's done. It's like he want to go back to Donald Glover on Community where everybody thought he was Danny Glover's son. He don't want to be Donald Glover of ATL success Donald Glover that made the Migos something, made This Is America, that toured and killed and hosted Saturday Night Live. Success for some people is a gift and a curse. And right now it's like a curse for him. And I know he's hating it. But you know, hey, you made that bed, you gotta lay it. You didn't turn down them cursed dollars.
No. And I'm pretty sure some more stuff will come his way in the future. Matter of fact, he has gone back on the set. I think they are filming the ATL again.
Yeah, so, they took a year off. He's still in the contract with FX.
Yeah. So sticking with Hollywood, Hollywood has a problem with the Golden Globe Awards. Not only is it another award show run by old people in suits, because of their stance on people of color in the entertainment industry and not having a prominent person of color on their board, NBC says that they will not televise the Golden Globes next year at all. And they will look at it as far as the following year based on what the Globes do. And not only did that happen, Tom Cruise, Mr. Mission Impossible himself, who won 3 Golden Globe Awards in his career, personally sent his back.
You really want me to comment on that?
I do, but before you do, let me put it this way. I think the Cruise one hurts worse than NBC because, yes, they're going to lose money if they're not televised on NBC. At the same time, people are like, I don't care. There'll be something else on NBC for me to watch. But I think that if an actor of Tom Cruise's caliber does something like this, no matter how menial it may be to him, it kind of does set a precedent for them, and it does force them to look at their policies and procedures when it comes to hiring minorities and other people of color. Now you can go.
Okay. See, here's the thing. You're talking like Tom Cruise still Top Gun Tom Cruise. This is Vanilla Sky shitty movie making Tom Cruise.
Whoa. No. Tom Cruise still makes multi-million dollar movies.
And who said they were good?
Well, his last few were good. Edge of Tomorrow.
It's Impossible shit has been cool, but the last good one had Robin Thicke's wife in before he was lost without. But outside of that, name something else he's done outside of Mission Impossible has been worse than.
I just said Edge of Tomorrow, Oblivion.
Nah. I will say
anything Morgan Freeman in is good. Don't lie.
The one movie he did when he was the drug mule, that wasn't bad.
Made in America.
Yeah, that wasn't bad. But you talking like this is Top Gun Tom Cruise? It's not. Who even knew Tom Cruise had Golden Gold besides Tom? Nobody. Who cares that he has them? Nobody. That's like the stepchild of awards. Nobody cares. That's like somebody caring I give back my Essence Award. No one gives a shit about that or my NAACP award.
Let me put you on the spot. Name 5 actors better than Tom Cruise right now. Bankable actors, not your favorites. I'm talking about if you were a Hollywood executive and they said Tom Cruise won't start a movie unless you can name 5 people better than him.
Out the gate, Denzel, Sam Jackson, Ben Affleck.
Okay, stop right Matt there. Damon. You was doing all right with the first 2. The last 2 you done messed up on. You cannot
Ben
tell
Affleck,
me. Don't tell me that Matt Damon is more bankable than Tom Cruise. He's not.
You watched him in The Martian.
What multi-billion-dollar movie has Matt Damon made lately?
See, that's where you're making a mistake.
No, I'm not. My words were bankable. You got to bring the studio money.
No, but here's the thing: you're not listening to your words. Bankable is different on different levels.
But I'm on the entertainment level. If I'm an entertainment executive and you're my producer, I'm going to tell you, Kevin, I'm giving you $50 million. You better make this a hit. Which guy are you hiring?
Matt Damon can make it a hit. You tell me the Bourne movies wasn't hits?
The Bourne movies are what, 20 years old?
He was a 20, reached on, that was funny, but you reached on that. Matt Damon does more of the artsy movies that are still good. He did good in Ocean's 11.
Okay.
Hell,
you thinking like those old suits. You thinking like those old suits. Artsy movies that 5 people go to see does not make the studio money.
Okay, take out Matt Damon and Ben Affleck, put in George Clooney and Brad Pitt. Them 2 right there.
All right, now you're at 4. Now you at 4. I need one
And
more.
the fifth one, hell, that's a toss up. You can do Jamie Foxx. You can do Chris
Hell
Rock.
no. I don't
Yeah.
want Jamie Foxx in nothing.
That's because you have a bias. Well, okay, put him to this. Jamie,
You could have said
sorry.
Robert Downey Jr., by the way, and that would have been your number 5.
Yeah, him, Chris Rock.
Chris Rock is not as bankable as Tom Cruise.
Chris Rock is bankable as Tom Cruise.
He is bankable, but not as bankable as Tom Cruise.
He's bankable as Tom Cruise. That Saw movie is definitely gonna make him. Hell, Michael B. Jordan's more bankable than Tom Cruise.
Michael B. Jordan is, but not Chris Rock.
Chris Rock is.
You have to look at what they make and what they bring the studios with the movies they make. You could have said Will Smith before Chris Rock. See, I'm giving you all these people to say.
There's a long list of actors before you get to Tom Cruise. The thing is, what you don't realize with Chris Rock, him being with Dave Chappelle, them doing a comedy tour, and there's been nothing you can do. People are learning about him that didn't know about him. To where his Netflix numbers is through the roof on all his comedy specials. Because people are like, oh, who's this Chris Rock guy I just saw? He was funny.
Look,
He's on
you're
Netflix.
Not. You're missing. You're making my point for me, and you're missing the point. When I say bankable, that means if I invest in making a movie, your name has to bring in several $100 million opening weekend so as to make a profit. Not just you be popular. Your name has to bring butts in seats and make me some money. That's what I mean by bankable.
Tom Cruise name ain't doing it. People don't forgot about Tom Cruise. People now say Kate Hudson, Tom Cruise, or Katie Holmes, Jamie Foxx's ex-girlfriend, Tom's ex-wife. See how far his name done fell down? Tom Cruise ain't bankable no more. He's trash. Tom Cruise went from A to about a B- level actor.
You about to see
so him get back his Golden Globe mean nothing.
You about to see more than your fair share of Tom Cruise this year. Mission Impossible is coming out, the new movie. Top Gun Maverick will be out after that. So
NBC not airing the Golden Globes means nothing because the ratings probably was trash.
I would agree with that. They do need to prioritize their policies and they need to hire people of color, but they don't need to hire token people of color. They need to hire prominent people in prominent roles with the company to make sure things go right. I don't think that's going to happen. So I'm going to go as far as say, don't expect to see the Golden Globes in 2023 on NBC either. Now, speaking of movies, a couple previews came out, a couple trailers dropped. Have you seen the trailer for A Quiet Place 2?
Yeah, so that was something. It has me intrigued. It definitely has me intrigued.
Now, full disclosure, I heard a lot of good things about the first movie. Actually own it. It's still in the wrapper. One of these days I will get to it.
I'm doing this.
There's so many other movies. Dude, if you had 2,000 movies, it would take a while to get to most of them. Too.
That's ridiculous. You got 2,000 movies. But I feel what you're saying. Did you ever watch the movie with the 3 little boys I told you about?
I have not.
Oh man, I will watch that right now because that movie is fucking hilarious.
One of these days I'll get to that one too. The other trailer that dropped, Venom 2, which I did see the first one. I'm intrigued by that one.
See, I'm not a Spider-Man person. I'm getting tired of Spider-Man. I'm getting tired of the redo, the remake.
Spider-Man's not in it. I mean, it's Venom.
Well, yeah, it's Venom. Yeah, I'm just tired of the whole the Spider-Man just shit. Period. The spinoff of them with Venom, I'm bored with it. It does nothing for me.
Bro, Woody Harrelson as Carnage. I'm intrigued. I mean,
is Woody high? Or is he sober in this?
Don't know. Not sure. They finished filming, so depending on how far back before he quit,
Let me leave Woody alone. I liked him in what was the movie with the chick with the bow and arrow? What movie? Hunger Games? He wasn't bad.
Isn't that a teen movie?
I forgot, man. I watched it with my daughters. I watched it with them. It was very
That explains it. That explains it.
Yeah, it was very not expected.
Yeah, when I think Woody Harrelson, I still think about Cheers, White Man Can't Jump, And what was the movie with Jennifer Lopez before she was popular? Money Train.
Indecent Proposal.
No, Money Train.
No,
Wesley
Money Train.
Snipes.
Yeah, Money Train was slept on.
But
That
here's
was
the
a good
thing.
movie.
Here's the thing a lot of people don't know. Because I have the first edition DVD of that, where it says at the top, Wesley Snipes, Woody Harrelson, Money Train, and then at the bottom, and Jennifer Lopez. After she blew up, they repackaged it. Jennifer Lopez, Money Train, with Wesley Snipes and Woody Harrelson. What?
I disrespect the Wesley. That's a disrespect to Wesley.
Yes, it is. It's what popularity or waning popularity will do to you.
They changed the picture and everything, didn't they?
Yes, it has a big picture of Jennifer Lopez on the cover, and then them in little tiny. Yeah, that's how that goes. But if they re-release that shit now, she'll be the small picture again.
All three of them might be small.
That's true. Actually, it'd probably be like Woody Harrelson. Money Train. What goes around comes around, I guess. All right, so music. You sent me this a couple days ago. T-Pain claims that today's rap fans, they don't like lyrics, just beats. And I told you I can kind of see that now. Just in talking to young people and then listening to what they listen to, he kind of got a point because, and it's not so much their fault as it is most of today's rappers, they don't lyricize about anything of quality across the board. Now, and I say across the board because some do still, but a great deal of them don't. They focus on the beat, the hook, the how can I get somebody in with this riff, and it's almost like the lyrics are secondary. So I agree with
Um, at first I was like, nah, he tripping. Then I was like, nah, he makes sense. Now I see it both ways because for me, myself, the beats go catch me first. But the thing is, for me, since I'm like into music and have a love for music, the beat has to talk to me. I have to feel like it's saying words. This may sound crazy as fuck to y'all, whatever, but I have to feel like the beat is talking to me before the rapper even gets started.
And
I gotta feel
I
like
have no problem with that because, even in days past, you catch the beat or the hook and you start moving your head and everything. But at least when they started talking or singing, they had something to say.
and see, but the thing is though, what T Pain should have worded it better. When he came into the game, being a hook singer, then pushing himself out there, and then producing on his own, he was in the battle to where 90s, well, even still now, but mainly 90s, early 2000. I tell me all the time, music was his best from the 70s until 2010. But then when you look far as my era, it's mid 80s to 2010. And then if you want to be real technical, everybody says 90s to 2010, that 20-year gaps will be the best music ever was, which I kind of agree, but I'm just going, I'm 42 years old, so I've listened to music a little longer than that. But as far as when my adolescence being 10, 11, and starting 90 to 2010, that's not really what's ear to it or whatever. And the thing is, in that time span, you had Dre, Rockweiler, Swiss, Timbaland, Neptunes, then Lil Jon came, T-Pain came, and T-Pain's statement will make more sense back then versus now because each producer, Just Blaze, to this day, Kanye, they have a signature sound to where it's them. Like for the longest, on a Dre produced track, you heard a violin or something.
Yeah.
Some type of string instrument where he's like, oh shit, that's a Dre beat right there. Or Beats by the Pound for No Limit. You heard this hard bass line to where you knew it was something, you heard like a hard bass line or something kind of like maybe a guitar riff or something where you knew, okay, that's No Limit right there. Then when Cash Money, you kind of heard kind of like like a party, like type noise or whatever, to where you knew that was Cash Money. But he had like all the others, they would say that you knew who the beat was, and that grabbed your attention. Nowadays, you don't understand the lyrics, and you have no idea who the producer is. So you listening to try to catch something. So it's like you go listen to the beat a little bit more because if you like the beat, that's gonna make you listen to the song. A lot of times, if you don't like the beat, you gonna say the hell the song and push it off.
True.
Mount Rushmore, Ice Cube, Snoop, E40, and Too Short. They song, Big Sub. If you ain't heard it, you need to listen to it. And what drug me to the song was the motherfucking bass line. The beat to that song was amazing. And then each one of them came and rolled that beat so beautifully. So I was just like, damn, I didn't think they could do that. But they rolled it effortlessly to where it was very pleasing and impressive. So it's just, T-Pain was right. I think he was right more in the early 2000s, the 90s or whatever. I don't think, well, I guess he's right now too, but I think it's more or less you can listen to the beat now to determine if you want to listen to the song. Because the beat is whack, you going to the next track. You ain't even gonna give it a listen. Because a lot of these
It
guys
does
are
seem like
trash.
everything's got the same old trap beat or something like that.
Yeah, because right now, for the past, what we in 2021, past 10 years plus, if not 15 years, Atlanta's been running things. Everything's Atlanta sound. They're outside of Kendrick. Nobody from the West is really taking over to put West back on the map. As with this Mount Rushmore, I think is what they hope and go do. And the East Coast, they've been dead for the longest as far as being a factor production wise. I don't even think that in the East Coast, I can't even think of a big producer out of the East that everybody wants to fuck with. That's just new and fresh, reinventing things. There's really nobody. So it's like right now, Atlanta's still just the spot to be in. Atlanta right now is doing a good job of having a chokehold on being the mecca of everything from movies to music. And I don't see them letting go of it no time soon.
I'm gonna do T-Pain one better. It ain't just hip hop; it's music across the board. Um, yeah, I've been listening to music a long time. My opinion might be biased, but 70s, 80s, and 90s, those were classics. You can pick anything out of either decade, and those are classics. 2000s is where it starts to get shaky. 2010 on, trash. Most of it's garbage. I won't say all of it, but a lot of the good
I
stuff
agree.
was remakes and stuff. And the quality of lyrics in songs were horrible now compared to back then. I mean, if you look at the average love song back in the 70s and 80s, it's hey baby, I love you, I want to spend my life with you, this, that, and the other. Now it's ooh baby, baby, let me bend you like a pretzel and do you all night long. That's anybody can put a spit bullshit like that.
See, the thing is, here's why that's like that. You know, y'all come, we about to go on a little journey. Back in the 70s, it's all about the basement party, the red light party, put it over the little lamp and everything. It's all about that smooth talking, that seduction or whatever. It's all about it's all about that mouth candy. In the 80s, got a little bit more edgier. You grown now. You ain't gotta have a basement party. So you have me, hey, I'm at my bachelor pad. This is how I do it. Kind of a little bravado type thing or whatever. Then the 90s where it just got full fledged. I'm about to tell you what's about to happen in there. What's about to be in a sexual, nice, seductive way. Then, around the 2000s, it goes with as you get older, how you progress. And in the 70s, your parents talk to you about sex. In the 80s, they still talk to you about sex. In the 90s, parents stopped talking about sex. Come 2000, there is no sex talk. So these young boys don't know nothing about that. These young girls, when they making these songs, they learn what they done saw on TV or what they done saw on the internet, what they saw on social media. That's wrapping their mind on how they talk. Cause it's just like when I was watching the verses as of being Escape. Escape was singing a song. I forgot what song they were singing. And I'm in a text chain with 3 of my friends from college. And when it got to where they was like harmonizing, I think somebody was talking. I said, that's when you at the club, you buy her that drink, you walk up to her, you start talking to her. The moment she giggle, you getting that number. And no telling what you might get later. And my friend was like, what? I said, that's how I used to be in the club. But since she didn't club like that, she didn't know. Because she's always been with my dude since day one or whatever when we went to college. So she never had that club lifestyle where I was like, that's how it used to go down. Nowadays, I don't know how it goes. I ain't in the club like that. But that's how it was back then. You know, I used to be the king of not buying drinks.
Here's how it is in the club. Like, you know Here's how it is in the club right now. In the club right now, if you go in there, the dudes are gonna see who's twerking the hardest, and they're gonna try to mac on them. That's all there is.
Yeah, I mean, you gonna notice the ones on the pole, you gonna notice the ones on the wall, you gonna notice the fools, you know, because it's like me. I used to be like, if I was go out with a chick, whatever, and this even with you know the ex-wife, and I've told her, and I was like, if something would have cracked the first night, you'd have been in my phone as a jump off, nothing more, nothing less. You know, people be like, you grown, I can do what I want if I want to have sex, whatever. Yeah, that's cool and everything, but if you done, you know, jumped off with me the first night, who else you done did that with? You know what I'm saying? Or if I'm trying to build with you, but you don't know you want to build with me yet, I may want to be exclusive and you not, and you jumping off with Tom, Dick, and Harry every time you go out with them. So I can't get down with you like that. So I got to put you down as a party favor on my phone.
I agree. 100%.
Damn, I'm back out here in this wild ass world. Man, hug your wife.
I am gonna, as I end the music segment, I am gonna go back on, you know, what I said about 2010 and beyond is all trash. It's not all trash because I took your advice last week. Listen to that Anthony Hamilton.
What, bro? Glad you mentioned that. That song.
You made a fool of me.
That song is for every brother that has been hurt by a female, girlfriend, wife, ex-wife, fiance. That nigga was singing for all of us.
Or anybody that was just stuck in the friend zone.
When you heard it, when I heard that song, I stopped doing what I was doing. And I was like, I feel you, Anthony. I felt a mental tear coming down my eye, coming down my face because I knew what he was saying. I knew how he felt.
You had them flashbacks and memories, didn't you?
You said what?
You had them flashbacks and memories, didn't you?
Man, between that song and Leave the Door Open, both of them take you to a place. If they don't, something is truly wrong with you. Both them songs take you to a mental place where you feel what they're saying. I'm at the age being 42, about to be 43 next month, to where if I can't feel it, I can't embrace it. You know, I can like it, but I can't be like, hey, because what I do? Hey, man, you need to hear this. Not send it to you by text. You know, I was like, no, you need to listen to this song. I was campaigning for that song last week. And I was like, bro, he knocked it out the park with that one. Him and JD knocked it out the motherfucking park with that. And for the video to have Charlene from the original video, wild. I was like, boy, he basically brought that story full circle. And then the simple fact that in the video, you cheated with my man. That how many times have we seen that happen?
Cutting deep.
Because sadly, in your crew, you do something stupid, whatever happened to you, there's always possibly one dude in your crew that's looking at your spot that's gonna find a way to slide in there and take.
Yeah, I could say that, you know, during my younger days, that would be true. But, you know,
yeah,
50 now, you know, if I run with you, we like that, and we know that ain't jumping off now.
Yeah, if this happened in your 50s, man, you still got some growing up to do.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, but that Anthony Hamilton song, I say again, you made a fool of me. Man, I listen to that song once a day. I ain't gonna bullshit you. That song gets played once a day. That song is it's heat. It's straight heat. I can't wait for the CD to drop. So it's like hip hop wise, I'm listening to Big Subwoofer from Mount Rushmore, and then R&B wise, Anthony Hamilton. You made it fool me. Them two songs, two completely different spectrums. Both of them, they serve a purpose.
All right, let's jump into sports for the second half of this show here. We're gonna start with the lightweight first.
All right.
Apparently, Big Shot Bob, that would be Robert Ory for all you non NBA people, feels disrespected, and he thinks that they should have a documentary on him because he has 7 rings. What exactly was my reaction to that when you showed me that?
Laughter.
Yeah. And after the laughter, I pretty much said, why would a role player have any kind of documentary on him? He was a very lucky man on the right teams at the right times. Nothing more, nothing less. Because believe me, yeah, he made a lot of good shots, a lot of big shots, but that ain't nothing to make no documentary over. Sorry, Bob. Next.
This is all I'm gonna say on that idiot. Steve Kerr was more of a factor for the rings than you were, and he was a role player too. Go get you a coaching job, get overpaid like Steve Kerr. Go steal you a team from somebody else and win a ring like Steve Kerr. And you see, he still don't get no documentary. So go sit your monkey ass in the corner just because somebody done said something to you to where you feel like you're important. Robert, are you about as important as I am to the Knicks? Sit your ass down somewhere.
Damn. Well said. Okay, Aaron Rodgers may get a new deal. Green Bay has come to their senses. They realize we can't do this shit without A Rod. So they are offering him, quote unquote, Patrick Mahomes type money.
But here's the
Here's,
thing.
wait, I'm
All
about
right,
to
go
say
ahead.
this, and I can't believe I'm going to say this. Let me hold on to my Raiders cup while I say this.
You'll get a rash.
Aaron Rodgers is not Patrick Mahomes. Okay,
That hurt a
there.
little bit, didn't it?
I had to hold on to the cup,
That
but
stung a little bit.
it did.
Um,
But here's the reason why I say that. Aaron Rodgers is on the back end of his career. Patrick Mahomes is still on the front end of his career. Patrick Mahomes has already got a ring, can possibly get a couple more. The odds of Aaron Rodgers getting a ring are getting slimmer and slimmer every day. Not unlikely because we saw TB12 pull it off at 40, but it's getting further and further. Do I
all right,
think
so
that do I think that he should get somewhere in the ballpark of maybe 300 million? Maybe. I wouldn't go half a bill. He ain't worth it.
here's the thing we gotta realize. One, this ain't baseball, so ain't no contract like that happening. Um, Mahomes ain't gonna see his money. Here's where Green Bay dropped the ball, and their GM should be fired, and the president should be fired. You don't let your star go into the season with no guaranteed money, to where he feels that at any moment you can cut his ass. You don't want. That's what all this is about. He's feeling disrespected because, all right, I got my guaranteed money out that deal, which should have never happened. Now I'm sitting here on the abyss and no guaranteed money, to where I could twist my ankle and miss 5 games, and y'all decide to sit me because we're not going to the playoffs. Then you could cut me after the season because I have no guaranteed money. And because of Brady, everybody's saying, "Oh, Aaron Rodgers is going to play until he's 40 like Brady." He may not want to play that long, but last season you should have gave him a new deal with 3 or 4 years guaranteed on it, and he probably would have played another 3 years at least. They dropped the ball on that, and he's got them by the balls like Dak had Dallas by the balls, and he's making them pay for it. Now you probably should give him a new deal that's close to about 200, so he can be next in line to Mahomes. He should make more. And going on, and Mahomes, to address something again from you and else, and I forgot until you said something. Mahomes is nowhere near done. Mahomes is nowhere near at
Whoa,
the
whoa,
pinnacle
whoa.
of what he can
I
be.
never said he was done. I said the rest of the league is starting to catch up to him.
They're
That
not
happens
catching
to
up to
every
him.
player. That happens
Here's
to
the
every
thing.
player.
Here's the thing to that. We both can agree Mahomes should have been MVP 2 years in a row, right or wrong.
You have a good argument there.
He should have. Because he missed that one game, they took the MVP from him, gave it to Rodgers.
Yeah.
And I think that was a little BS thing to keep Aaron happy in Green Bay. I think the league knew Green Bay was going to drop the ball, and here we are with Green Bay fucking up. So if it wasn't on that politic type shit, he would have had 2 MVPs. He's going to keep progressing and get better. There's no way he can do what he did his first year start. We both know that was out of body type shit. It's just like Drew Brees and what his 14th and 15th, 14 through 16, Drew Brees was out of body. That's not going to happen again. You see, he still had good years like 2-3 years later, but those 3 years, he was just like, oh my God, what, 51, 52, 5,500 yards? That's not going to happen consistently.
That's what I mean when I say the rest of the league will catch up with him. He's not going to get worse.
It's Mahomes will stay at a consistent
ceiling.
If he doesn't get hurt, he's always going to be a consistent 4,500, 30 touchdown quarterback, which is leaps and bounds better than the league. Am I right or wrong? There's only an elite class that does that. He's going to stay in that class.
Since you put it that way, there's only 2 quarterbacks, and I think I mentioned this 3 weeks ago. There's only 2 quarterbacks that have thrown that many touchdowns and over 4,000 yards per season in the last 3 years. And you know who they were. One of them was Aaron Rodgers, and the other one was...
I know you're going to say Carr.
Yes.
But here's the thing, though. You said for 3 years. I'm saying over career. So put that little 3 seasons off in the corner with some dirt. I'm saying over the career, that's what he's going to do. If Carr does it, hey, thumbs up to him, because I still think his brother's better than what they give him credit for. Texans just didn't give him offensive line. So I respect Derek being a good quarterback. Will he be great? Time's still out there to see. Mahomes already on that path to be great. He's going to stay on it barring any major injury, but that's with any quarterback. Barring any major injury, you can be great.
Here's a hint.
Bad season for Mahomes is going to be
4th and goal. On 4th and goal, don't quarterback sneak it.
You said what?
On 4th and goal, don't quarterback sneak it.
Nah, if your quarterback's fit to do it, you better do it. I mean, because Aaron Rodgers and Mahomes are in the same class with each other. They all in the class of Randall Cunningham. When it's all said and done, big mobile quarterback that can sling that rock where there's no tomorrow.
But there's the difference. 4th and 1, 4th and goal. What did Randall Cunningham and Aaron Rodgers do? They take it, bootleg it, and run it into the end zone. Yeah. They didn't get hurt. Mahomes decided to run up the middle. Got hurt.
I think Aaron Rodgers is, of course, Randall's faster than Mahomes. And Rodgers probably is too. They just need to, that's when like football needs to go back to the old school days. When you're on that 4th and 1 on the go, where's that fat ass fullback? Where's the Mike Allstott at? Where's Tony Richardson at? It's like the game has made
it really depends on the head coach and the offensive coordinator, because a lot of these coordinators now, they don't even believe in a fullback. They run with a halfback or a tailback.
And we got Jeff Fisher to thanks for that, because Eddie Horse was Eddie George, the fucking workhorse for him, and killed his damn self. So when he went to the Cowboys, I could outrun Eddie George. He was with the Cowboys. He was so damn slow.
Now, in all fairness, who's the running back in Tennessee? Derrick Henry?
Yeah.
He don't need a fullback.
No, he needs a fullback for long his career. He does.
I know, but right now, if it was 4th and 1, they don't need a fullback on the play.
Well, we proved
name
stop on 4th and 1.
Three teams that can do that. Everybody else, you need a fullback.
And like I said, we proved you can stop them on 4th and 1 because we've done it. You know, they remember what it was like an Arrowhead at the playoffs. They ain't forgot. They still got that bitter taste in their bitch ass mouth.
Wow, that's harsh. I wonder if the Titans are on y'all's schedule. We will find out tomorrow morning, late tonight. I don't know.
It'll be out tonight if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, it will be out at 8:00 Eastern time.
Yeah, a little video leaked earlier or whatever with somebody trying to show it, but then they got scared and stopped showing it.
Yeah, I'm gonna get to the leak here in a second. Going back to my squad real quick, because you showed me this. Raiders are putting a nightclub in the back of the end zone. The NFL.
I personally hate it.
I think
I
it's setting
personally
up
hate.
trend. It's football is meant to party. Not bring, don't just stop the party at the tailgate and then go in and watch the game. Bring the party in with you and just party all night long. What the hell you think is going to happen at the beginning of the season when the Raiders play on Monday night solo? They don't have to worry about any other bitch ass doubleheader Monday night this year. Because the last couple of years, yeah, the Raiders get a Monday night opener. Yeah, we're the second game after there's already a Monday night game. But no, there's only one Monday night game this year to start the season, and we're it.
Here's the thing about that though. We're gonna be so gassed, we're not gonna care about that game. I think they got like 3 games Sunday night, or it's 3 games on Thursday. But it's like an abundance of games where by the time Monday night comes, you may watch the first half and that's it. Unless you're a Raider fan. They've gas they really fucked y'all
Or a
over
Baltimore
on that
fan.
one. You said what?
Or a Baltimore fan. They'll care about that game too.
Ain't nobody caring about Baltimore right now. So they show improvement.
I don't
Baltimore
know.
fans are fickle.
If Baltimore's quarterback has to go take a shit at halftime, I'm going to be very concerned.
I hope ain't nobody in the bathroom.
All right, so DK Metcalf got roasted when he went up against some real runners the other day.
Oh, go back. I'm not doing it. Go back to y'all having this club or whatever.
It's just a nice little nightclub, and I believe that how most runners, when they run to the back of the end zone, the risers are up and it's all one color, whatever the team color is or whatever, you can run into it. There will be a section cut out with plexi, of course, because it still has.
It's supposed to be a legit nightclub.
Yeah, but you will be able to look out one window and look into the end zone
during the off season. I don't think it's gonna be like a legit club. Because 17,000 square feet ain't small.
Yeah, it's built into the back. It's not a small space at all. This goes
I'm
all
saying
the way.
It's gonna be a legit club. It's gonna be open, I think, when the stadium's closed.
Yeah, it will.
Which is just I blame Jerry for this having strippers at his damn stadium. You know when they did that Super Bowl, he had strippers on poles in there dancing.
Wow, I did not know that.
Although they supposedly weren't strippers, but if they're on the pole, they're high up. Because what happened was Jerry had his more seats added. And, you basically looking right at the screen, but he wanted to make sure they had entertainment too. So he had dancers on poles throughout the stadium. Dancers.
Well, Jerry was like, everything's bigger here in Texas.
So. Yeah, and he made sure of it. So now that's when you got Jacksonville putting jacuzzi tubs in the crowd or whatever, or if you're VIP and stuff.
Actually, those are just pools, not heated.
Oh, I thought they was okay. No, what it was,
it's Jacksonville. You don't want it heated in Florida.
A minor league baseball team, they shit was heated. They make so much money in their stadium, their pools was heated, and so that's why every stadium now has some type of gimmick or something. And I'm hoping this ignorant shit doesn't come to Kansas City.
It will. Free insurance to everybody in the South Stands.
Really? You're such an asshole for that.
Hey, we're in the COVID world now. That will attract people.
GHA at Arrowhead Stadium. All right, that's what it is.
I still can't get over that name. It took me a long time.
It's like
it took me a long time to say Invesco Field at Mile High instead of just
it's like a GHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium. But if I can say the field to make some millions, why not? Another way Brent Beast can keep moving that money around.
What you need to do is give your stadium a nickname, because we don't call our stadium Allegiant Stadium. It's called the Death Star. Easy to remember. I guarantee
no damn nickname.
You do, because ain't nobody's gonna say GEHA or whatever the hell it is. You can put as many letters as you want to in the alphabet. It's Arrowhead. It's Arrowhead.
We just say Arrowhead. No damn nickname. Death Star. Didn't the Death Star get blown up? Exactly. What about Metcalf slow ass?
Anyway, DK Metcalf kind of got roasted when he ran up against some real runners in a track and field event. So as fast as he is on the football field, he's proven that that football speed ain't as good as that track speed. And I think some DBs are going to let him know about it when they line up against him this year.
See, the problem with Metcalf is it was man-made. NFL Network, ESPN, CBS, Fox, NBC, all of them are at fault. Because when old boy got that interception and he took it, we thought he was going to the house. What happened? Metcalf honked him, called him at like the 5 or whatever. Oh my God, he ran so fast. Then what they say? He ran faster than Tyreek Hill. But what did Tyreek say? When you want to race, I'm ready to race. Did DK ever race him? No, he didn't. Who did Tyreek end up racing? Motherfucking T.O. Gave T.O. a 10-yard head start. Walked the dog on T.O. and his nephew. Chad wouldn't race. Metcalf wouldn't race. How about we can beat up and race? Nah, bitch, we can do it right now. So what does he do? All of now he want to be an Olympic star. All he's trying to do is increase his brand. This is where the dumb shit of social media kicks in and being your own brand. For him to all of a sudden, I'm gonna run to the Olympics. I saw where I forgot what NFL running back was talking about. We all need to be quiet and respect what he done did and quit coming to him like he did something wrong. Ain't nobody disrespecting, but at the same time, you run against athletes that's been doing this all their life. These guys average at 9 point something, not a 10.9. It's amazing that he got 9. He got too much, and although he's not built to run track, you're football fast. You're built for football.
Side note, T.O. would beat him. I honestly believe that.
Yeah, T.O. could probably beat 3/4 of the league and catching or run.
I agree.
I'm just gonna put it out there. But it's one of the things to where it's like, dude, you can't be serious. I'm gonna need you to go ahead and just stop the madness. And hey, it's cool that you did it. Props to you. Get back to focus on catching the ball because you dropped a lot of damn balls last season, making Russell look bad. So I'm gonna need you to get back focused and go from there.
All right, so this next part's kind of bittersweet. First of all, full disclosure, it's been like forever that I've watched ESPN, but Kenny Mayne is leaving ESPN. I didn't even know he was still with ESPN. And Chris
I knew he was. He had cut back, but I'm in denial that he's leaving. I'm not accepting it. Not accepting it at all.
Chris Berman received a contract extension.
Didn't know he Chris Berman left early. He left, and they're bringing him back because primetime sucks. I mean, there's no one really watching, so they bringing him back. They need to bring Tom back too, but I think Tom is just done. He want to be in retirement. It's one of the things to where, like Alex Trebek, before he passed, do you ever think he was gonna leave Jeopardy on his own, or he's got to just literally die? You know, it's because nobody want to see nothing else, nobody else. Same thing with Chris Berman. As far as Kenny Mayne, it's not surprising because his whole crew is gone. There's really no one left from that era. It's just, unfortunately, Fox Sports, CBS Sports, NBC Sports, all these new sports channels have kind of forced ESPN to do a youth movement because as quick as they had they stable, this, that, and the third, some of the contracts up, you got the stations going, brings trucks to these people. Just like with Skip. Skip making like $8 million a season. How? To where Stephen A tried to get him to come back. I guess Max Kellerman was just gonna get the boot. And they was willing to give Skip down there 10 a season, but he stayed at Fox. Skip didn't want to go back and be second fiddle to a nigga, as I looked at it. In his mind, he's probably a top dog to Shannon. Which I don't see it, but he has
the show is called Skip and Shannon. If they would have called it Shannon and Skip, he probably would have left.
Yeah. But the thing he's telling you, Skip Shannon, worry about him. That's what he's basically saying. Yeah, those are one of the things where it's just I hope Kenny Mayne go do something else, or hell, Kenny Mayne is upgrade. He may just be like, I'm done. I'm sure he's made more than enough money.
I'm not gonna lie either. I kind of stopped watching ESPN after Stuart Scott passed away.
A lot of people did. A lot of people, Stuart Scott was ESPN. And Stuart Scott, he was the voice for all the younger blacks. And it's like once he passed, they started picking them off one by one. You see, then Jamel left, then Kerry left, Mike left. It's like a lot of they black correspondents just left. Mike Tirico left. So he don't went to NBC to be the new Bob Costas. So it's just that's crazy.
It is sad. ESPN's got a long way to go. I mean, I
But
understand that they're
every
the worldwide leader.
situation gets a youth movement, but it's just about them being so big and so in your face. It's like you got to take it all in at once. You don't have no time to pause. You just got to keep taking.
That's true. All right, so going back to the Chiefs tight end situation, I understand dude got cut because he wanted his salary converted to Bitcoin.
That's not why he got cut.
Okay, but first of all, he should never even make that request because that's sending a bad signal to your GM.
Another player did it for another team last season. There's nothing bad about that. It's one of the things where we taking your money, we investing it for you, and that's on you. He hoping that it increased because he dude got drafted by the Chargers. He was there for about 2 seasons, I think. Then I think they cut him. And what's so crazy, he still works out with the Chargers tight end, who I think is with New England now, that Henry Hunter, whatever his name is.
Yeah, Hunter Henry.
Yeah, so they like best friends or whatever. And from there, he went to Baltimore. He was on Baltimore's practice squad. He was rehabbing an ACL or whatever. And Baltimore had him for like 2 years. I thought Baltimore would have brought him back because, like, who's y'all tight end? He's not that bad of a tight end, but it's just he can't seem to catch on for whatever reason.
Apparently,
so he came to us. We signed him.
Don't know too much about tight ends.
I mean, like I said, he wasn't bad. I wasn't mad at the signing. But then we drafted a tight end. Then we brought in some other tight ends from free agency, so he became expendable. What makes it so bad though, he's not that damn old. He's only like mid-20s.
That's true. He's still got some good football left in him.
Yeah.
Now, one of your boys we talked about at the beginning of the show, Eric Fisher, who did sign with the Colts. I don't believe he's worth the 1 year $9.4 million.
Because he's not healthy yet. That was
you want to say 4, 5 million, maybe 6. I give you that, but not 9.4.
No, you want to say no millions because you're not healthy yet. The Colts are rolling the dice on that one. So it has to be that contract better be incentive laced.
Technically, you could say the same thing for Dallas with Dak's situation.
Yeah.
But Dak has said, look, I've done it in the past. Pay me. So Eric Fisher's saying the same thing. I've done it in the past. Pay me. He's not getting that Dak type money.
Dak Prescott has proven time and time again he deserves to be paid. He had the Cowboys by the balls. Eric Fisher, he's been top 3 in this position since he's been in the league, but at the same time, he's been more 3 than 1. So that right there makes it iffy if I want to pay you like that. And I'm not just about to, pull that truck up. And also, let's be truthful about it. He's been in the NFL. Pioli gave him a big payday already. They're knowing he already got that big one, so they don't have to break the bank like that. So we go nickel and dime. Like I said, a lot of players have signed nickel and dime contracts thinking that next season the salary cap is about to just change the game. For them, I hope it does. Otherwise, you went and left money on the table, or you left things on the table with other teams.
True. Let's go to Jacksonville for a minute. Tim Tebow is about to sign with the Jaguars as their new tight end. Now, didn't we all say 10 years ago, hey, Tim, you should convert to tight end and you'll last a long time in this league because you're not a good quarterback? He didn't
Yeah.
want to hear that. I believe New England wanted to convert him. He's like, no, no, I'm gonna stay here behind Tom Brady. Didn't work out. The Jets wanted to convert him. No, no, I want a shot at being the starting quarterback. Out of the league. Here we are. First of all, the second thing wrong with that is, and I wholeheartedly agree with what you showed me that Dez Bryant was talking about. This man has been out of the league for 10 years, comes back at a different position, and Jacksonville's like, here's the paper, come on up and sign. Colin Kaepernick, proven that he can play at this level, cannot get a tryout.
Now, yesterday, I was all fired up about this. Then I thought about it, and I see it in a completely different way now. As far as Tebow, it don't surprise me. Tebow politics his way into being on the Mets minor league team. They said he's an average baseball player. But yet they keep bringing him back to let him bat 220 and 3 home runs. How the hell is he AAA already with them sorry ass numbers? Hell, ESPN gave him a job doing college football. Some Tebow's one of them that he just always go land on his feet. Props to him. Urban Meyer basically wanted to make a splash in Jacksonville to let people know I'm here, I'm calling shots. Look at what I did. So that was no more than an Urban Meyer pissing contest to let the league and let Jacksonville know I'm here. But then at the same time, what you have to realize is Tim Tebow is Urban Meyer's white pony in college. He was the best player he ever had. You can't have the best player you ever had not add up to anything in the NFL. That's messing with your legacy.
Don't think for 1 second there won't be a handoff or a lateral to Tebow and he throws it down the field either. They will install
Without
it.
a doubt. So it's like Tebow's a part of his legacy. So he got to help him out. It's no different than when Spurrier was the coach of the Redskins. What did he do? Got all his college players. And all his college players, remember, they all were scrubs. He got the Redskins full of them. But what he trying to do? He's trying to help fix that legacy to where, oh, look at the players I sent to the league. Look at what they did. He couldn't do it. Urban about to have that same problem. Now, as far as Cap played himself in a lot of ways because he didn't want to play the game with the league. He didn't want to get in the. He didn't want to get in the. He didn't want to come to the table and dance with. He wanted to square dance with the league. He didn't want them to give instructions. He wanted to give them instructions. Because remember, he had the tryout.
Yeah.
But he changed the location. And then he was like, well, they weren't going to let me get a copy of the tape. What does that matter? If you want a ball, ball.
I agree with you on that note. If you want a job at some place and they say, here, come here and apply and get the interview, you go there for the interview. You don't call them and say, hey, come here to interview me.
Yeah, so Kaepernick had in his mind, because he had so much praise, that it was going to be his way and his way on. Which I get it. Hey, I get it. It's your prerogative. You feel you got it like that. But in all actuality, he did. So therefore, he got paid. He doing what he need to do to charity-wise. The NFL's working with him, this, that, and the third. Some things have changed, and he faded off to the sunset. But another thing that he needs to realize, and you may disagree, you're not a starter. You're a backup. You wasn't a good starter for the 49ers. You was just hella mobile. In Harbaugh's system, he had you looking like a god. But if I put you in Andy's system, you're a mere mortal because you can't throw the ball like you need to. Yeah, you can throw it, but if I'm right here waiting to catch it, ball going over there. Your accuracy is trash. And I'm not trying to bash them. I'm just being truthful about it. If they'd have put, me and you, I believe both have said it. When the 49ers played Baltimore,
in the history of the league, there are only two. There are only two quarterbacks that I believe that were mobile quarterbacks. Not quarterbacks that could run, but mobile quarterbacks that can run and still pass. Randall Cunningham, Steve Young. Everybody else, no. You might have
Got
been able to
disagree with you
run.
on that. I think Mike Vick did it too. Mike Vick could do
Mike
it.
Vick
He did.
learned it. Mike Vick learned it. He didn't
No, he
come to
didn't
the.
learn it. He could do it. He did it because here's what you got to ask yourself.
Now, Mike Vick was year 3 before his passing got accurate.
No. He still before Andy made him a complete quarterback in Philly, Mike still could do it. But the problem was, name a receiver out of Atlanta that he threw to.
Point taken.
Thank you. Virginia Tech, Mike did it. NFL, Mike did it when he got Roddy White. When he got him, he could do it. Before him, all he had was A.J. Crumpler, and he was an out-of-shape tight end offensive lineman, and he had nobody else. That's why he ran so much.
Yeah, that was a big body right there.
Yeah. When he got to Philly, Andy tightened up those joints. But at the same time, Mike could have did it if he cared earlier in the game. He had the wrong people around. Now, it's going back to Cap. Like I said, and I believe we may have said it, or I know I've said it several times. Go back to the 49er Baltimore Super Bowl. You bench Cap, Alex gets you that Super Bowl ring. Because Baltimore was beat. Baltimore was dead.
I see that.
They were dead in the water. I think they unplugged the stadium to get that moment. If Alex was in there, they would have won. So it's like, got love for Cap. Would love to see who have seen Cap back in the league. But his time in the leagues came and went. He's not coming back. He don't want to come back. And unless he wants to be a backup that happens to get that shot again, it's not going to work because he's not a starter. He never was a starter coming out of Rancho Cucamonga, where the hell he came from when Harbaugh found him. He wasn't a starter to begin with, but Harbaugh wanted to find his guy. And looking at who Harbaugh had, Andrew Luck. Andrew Luck and Kaepernick are two completely different quarterbacks. So I don't know why Harbaugh felt like that was his guy. That's what makes me question Harbaugh as a coach. Can you really see talent? Because
I think that was his guy because he's saying that outwardly, publicly, because that's what he had to work with.
Nah, he was like, remember he drafted him. Cap wasn't there. Harbaugh drafted him because Alex wasn't his dude.
But did he draft him or did the GM draft him?
He drafted him. That wasn't the GM. But they kept changing GMs all the time. 49ers, they just now, when they hired your boy Lynch, starting to get consistency with the GM spot.
True.
Let me ask you this
about
this whole quarterback situation.
Let me close out this Cap situation with a question. All right, Tebow's back in the league, but he had to be converted to another position. Do you think Cap could come back if he went to another position?
Nope. He's not big enough. Not big enough to be receiver, not big enough to be corner. And I don't think he can take punishment either. Nah, too frail. Too frail. He can't take that punishment across the middle.
Man, Reggie Wayne just moved down all the time. He didn't have to take no hits. Fall down. You can do it, Cap.
Reggie Wayne can take that hit, though. Reggie Wayne from the U, he can take it.
Good point. All right. Closing it out. We did mention that the schedule's coming out later tonight, but we did get some nuggets this morning from the sneak preview. Week 1 games. Your squad, I'm going to give them first because, it's your squad. You open up at home, the Cleveland Browns.
And that ain't going to be no cakewalk. If Cleveland keeps doing what they're doing, it's going to be a battle. It's going to be a fight. It's not going to be a cakewalk, especially if OBJ is back. But it's all about what a quarterback's going to be mentally. That's the question. And speaking of Cleveland, going back to another thing that Mr. Shields had to say, who looked like he might be banned from the show, when my boy Dirty Dan went to make that tackle at the goal line, he dove to make the tackle. He has no control over his body, Nelson. He dove to make the tackle. He wasn't purposely going helmet to helmet. He dove to make a tackle. Oh boy, dove to get into the end zone. So you got two free for alls jumping. Whatever happens, happens. Now I agree. The rule is done. The ball go out of bounds. Defense get it. I don't get that. That if anything, that might need to be a possession type thing or something or whatever. Give them the ball back. You know, redo it. Lost it down. Redo the down or something. But I don't agree that the ball should have wound back to the defense. That'd be something the league should look at and be like, hey, ball rolled out of bounds. Nobody recovered it. Offense lose it down. We go redo it. Or we go into third down or whatever. That's what should happen. But by no means was that a dirty play by my man Dirty Dan. It wasn't a dirty play at all. So I'm gonna need you to get your eyes together, Mr. Shields, and realize that he was just making a play along with their receiver. They both fucking dove. Incidental contact, nothing more, nothing less.
Wow, this NFL spectacular show coming up soon. It's gonna be some fireworks.
You know what y'all jackasses, yeah. Now let's get to
Hold on
your
now. Hold on now. Hold on. No more disrespect. Who's the one team that beat y'all this year?
here we go with this again. Yes, the Raiders won.
All right.
The Raiders outright beat us.
Yeah.
They don't
Yeah.
take outright
You
beat
said
us.
it the right way. Outright. Because the
The other
Chargers,
thing we
that was a
lost
fluke.
because our starters was on the bench and we wasn't playing. Okay. It's hip hop hooray ho, whatever you want. Shit ain't happening.
But here's the same thing I've been saying for the last 2 years. If you look at what Gruden is doing, he's building that offense to copy exactly what the Chiefs do. That's how you build a team to beat a team. You don't just try to build a great team. You find the team that is the strongest team in the league and you copy what they're doing. Props to Kansas City, strongest offense in the league. What he do? He's copying it. That's what you're supposed to do. That's how we can hang with y'all, whether it be a win or a loss. And what did I say last year? If we had any kind of defense, we'd have won that second game. So, yes, I can say that. And get ready for it because we won't be the 30th ranked defense coming into this year. I guarantee you that.
And we'll see. Because y'all draft confused me. But we'll see. We will definitely see what's going to happen. I'll put you like this. Second place and the wild card is y'all's to lose.
Wow. You put us in as a wild card.
Yeah, second place in the AFC West.
I can't say anything bad about that right now because I can't really say that y'all still won't be division champs. I got to see how the season goes, how we progress. I will say this: whether we be 1 or 2, or y'all be 1 or 2, they are two teams that do not want to play each other in the playoffs. You'll play the Browns again happily in the playoffs. You'll play the Bills again happily in the playoffs. But tell me you want to play the Raiders in the playoffs if you have a choice between them other teams.
We'd rather play y'all. I mean, it's
that's talk. That's talk right there.
Here's what you better realize. I'd rather play my enemy that I know versus a stranger I don't.
Yeah, but this is an enemy that you know knows your weaknesses too.
You don't know shit.
You don't
know. You winning one game out of 10, you don't know shit.
Man, we had y'all beaten the second year. Okay.
1 out of 10 don't make. That's just like me feeling. It's no different than.
See, this is where you're wrong with that 1 out of 10 shit. You talk about last season. You don't talk about seasons prior. Those are different teams, different staffs.
Hold that. You don't talk about shit prior, then stop telling about your 3 punk ass rings then. You remember, you don't talk about shit prior. Exactly.
We just want to remind you that we got 3 rings every time y'all mention y'all just now got your second one. Just now, 50 years after the first one.
We don't talk about shit prior. Remember, we don't worry about that shit.
Okay, all right.
I give y'all credit. Gruden has inched y'all a little better. He's inching away, but y'all need to worry about the Chargers because their team is still intact for the most part.
Yes, I agree.
I'm giving y'all credit saying y'all gonna be second in the AFC West, to where you're gonna be over the Chargers, and Denver just a dead body. We don't know what's going on with them.
Denver's on life support right now.
And one more thing, Nelson, y'all both made that comment how we barely won games last season. I said all season we played with no urgency. You know, when teams win it all, the next year they don't understand how real it is. Yeah. It was still that easy for us. Because I said several times last season, you know I did. When Mahomes is done bullshitting, it's like he tells them, all right, it's time to play. They step up, they start playing.
But I wasn't wrong either when I said that. Because teams
I didn't say you were, I'm just saying.
Teams y'all was just like fired up. They fired up to beat y'all.
But still, y'all was like, I don't know why they struggled last season. They didn't have a sense of urgency. That chip wasn't there. That chip is there this season. If Tyreek Hill's focused, not doing backflips and shit like that, if Robinson gets over his payday that he missed because of his horrible playoff run when we won it all, and now that Sammy Watkins is out the picture, and now we know someone's going to step up and take and play his spot consistently, there should be a shift and change in the offense to go back to how it was when Sammy wasn't hurt. Because I really think Sammy Watkins, he was a great addition. But God damn it, last year, it's like we just put money in the air. We literally were just throwing it up because I touched the field more than he did.
Sammy Watkins was like Kevin Bacon in the 90s, the invisible man. Okay? That's all there was to it.
And now he in Baltimore doing the same shit.
Now, I got a question for you before I close this out. We always have the MVP for the winning team. In the Super Bowl for the losing team, who would be the MVP for the Chiefs?
In the Super Bowl this past season?
Yeah.
Did nobody deserve it?
Kicker? He made his points.
I mean, if you really press to give somebody, yeah, you give it to him, but that's it. I mean, it's one thing. No, you know what? You give the MVP to Eric Fisher. You give it to him. Because like Bomani has said, and several other commentators are finally saying, yeah, first, and I hear people like Brady won the Super Bowl. Brady didn't win the Super Bowl. That defense won the Super Bowl. Because they said that what the stats show that Mahomes rolls out to his left all the time, makes plays happen. But when you got JPP coming, you got somebody else coming here, you got somebody coming in the middle, there's nowhere for you to go. So therefore, the offense isn't going to do anything. Because we're not a power running team. They know we're not a power running team. So therefore, they kept 5 in the box and they double teamed out there. There's nothing we can do about that. Mahomes still made some plays, but receivers, we look like Denver looked when they played Seattle. We were shell-shocked like a motherfucker. And I give them credit for that. But the fact of the matter is, everybody's finally starting to realize and say it. I think they finally realized that, oh shit, we gave Brady too much credit. They're finally starting to say, if Fisher would have been there, that wouldn't have happened. Different game, Kansas City more than likely won. But if it was a fifth, we all be drunk. That's just the truth of the matter. But all said and done, Tampa won. That's how the NFL wanted it. I would love to see the books that they made off of that, because I know they made money.
Now that you mention it, not only are the Bucs bringing back every single starter from that squad, Brady has said that he's tired of winning Super Bowls. This year, he's going for the undefeated season. I don't think it's going to happen.
That's where Brady makes himself such a fucking joke. Really? You want to be you had an undefeated season and you lost to the Giants in the Super Bowl. I guess for the Giants in the NFC, you ain't got to worry about that, is what you're saying. Brady's a fucking joke. He's making himself look like a joke. And that's why now all of a sudden the NFL is trying to separate themselves from him. It's like, we done did the trick. We done gave you a ring more than Michael, but now you got same rings as Robert Horry. Oh.
All right. A word of advice, because I want to end it on a comedic note. If y'all go to the Super Bowl and the Bucs go to the Super Bowl and they're 19-0, please make sure that you, for 1 week only, hire Tom Coughlin as the offensive coach.
No, man, we got us Spag. Spag knows how to beat Brady.
I know, but I'm just saying it as a joke because that will shell shock Tom Brady.
That would fuck with Tom. That would. But it's sadly the NFL is predictable. I'm expecting a rematch. I'm expecting us to win. The whole passing of the torch. When it's all said and done, Mahomes is going to face Brady in the Super Bowl, Rodgers in the Super Bowl. And who do we play when we won it? Who was the quarterback? Who?
Damn,
So I forgot who even beat the Super Bowl because they weren't that important.
Yeah, nobody ever remembers
Garoppolo. Garoppolo,
that's right.
Playing.
And that's
that was
a shame.
Beat the 49ers on that one.
His coach don't even want him on the team now.
And see, that's the thing. Like I said, we beat Garoppolo in the 49ers. We played Brady and the Bucs lost. We're probably going to go back, play Brady, the Bucs win again. And then Aaron Rodgers and the Packers, or maybe Aaron Rodgers and the 49ers. It's like the game is getting young, but who's the faces of it? Because if you because think about it, Wentz and old boy, they didn't do what they were supposed to do. They got them new deals. They both started singing like quicksand. So like the NFL,
I do believe that Josh Allen in Buffalo is still up and coming.
Yeah, Josh Allen's up and coming.
I think that Cleveland's quarterback, if he gets his head together, can be good. But he's too hot cold right now.
Yeah, because they just now gave him his 5th-year option for this year, but they ain't gave him no new deal. So Cleveland still ain't sold on him.
Well, shit.
It's like, what more does he have to do?
What he needs to do is not film any insurance commercials this year and concentrate on playing. Because I was tired of seeing the insurance commercials every 5 minutes.
Yeah, but the quarterback bag has gotten smaller compared to the 80s and the 90s, where it was like hella just quarterbacks, just like in the NBA. And a little trivia thing before we get up off here. Did you know? And I watched some Dominique Wilkins was on, and he boasted. I was like, I can't knock him on this. He's one of very few that for 10 years in the league averaged 28 points a game. How the fuck?
Because that was Dominic?
Still, though, to hear it, and he said, because dude was like, so your brother's in the league, right? He said, yeah. He said, well, my brother played for the Knicks. He said, when he got on that floor, that wasn't my brother. That was another guy I was up against. He said, my mama could get on the floor and she could get these buckets. I was like, boy, Dominique, hey, he ain't to be played with.
He's not wrong.
Yeah, not at all. We need more of that mindset, and that's the problem with these sports now. Everybody want to be buddy. That's why I'm glad we lost, because Mahomes looking focused like he did before we went to the first one. With his workout and shit and everything, now he done had the baby and he's making the wife happy. Done helped her buy a soccer team, so he's focused now. I don't see no more Reebok commercials, none of that shit. He focused. Like you said, stop all them damn State Farm commercials. And if him and Aaron Rodgers face off, I am so gonna hate that damn commercial.
They're gonna be everywhere. Matter of fact, I think they filmed some new commercials this past summer.
Wouldn't be surprised. But I can see a new focus, new hunger. I'm waiting to see how everything pans out. So it's going to be interesting.
All right, folks. Before we go, please reminding everybody watching on YouTube, hit that like button, share, subscribe. Appreciate all the likes and all the watches on YouTube last week. Keep that thing rolling. If y'all got any questions, comments, email us at the2dudespodcast@yahoo.com. Kev, take us on out of here. Everybody stay positive, stay blessed.
All right, before I sign us off, want to give props to Tamba Ali. Signed a one-day contract after they retired Chief. Now, he is a Chief great. 12 seasons with us. Didn't go anywhere else like Neil Smith's punk ass did. He stayed loyal to the soil until the end. Tamba, much love, appreciate you. Stop rapping. Good luck in anything else you do besides rapping. And thanks for everything you did in your time with KC, because you definitely gave the Raiders hell many a times. Many a times. On that note, again, listen to Anthony Hamilton track. Listen to that Mount Westmore track. Both of them classics, need to be heard. Richard, you have a good rest of the week. Good weekend, sir.
All right.
I will do my best to do the same. I ain't gonna say that, it's not football. I ain't gonna say home with the Chiefs. I'm gonna go ahead and just ride out like, just, holler at your boy. Just don't yell.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Holla.